This is Beyond the Big Screen podcast with your host, Steve Guerra.
Here is another Beyond the Big Screen teaser for episodes coming soon. I hope you enjoy and definitely tune in for the full episodes. If you want to learn more, you can head over to beyondthebigscreen.com. You can support Beyond the Big Screen on Patreon and Subscribestar. By joining on Patreon and or Subscribestar, you can help keep Beyond the Big Screen going and get many great benefits. Benefits include advertisement-free content, bonus content, and early access. The bonus content is great too. I will feature outtakes from episodes and live streaming episodes. If you join at the executive producer level, you will become just that, an executive producer of Beyond the Big Screen. You will be able to develop ideas for upcoming episodes, help find great guests, and of course have your name mentioned at the beginning or end of each episode. You won't just be a supporter, you will be a critical member of the team. Go over to patreon.com/Beyond the Big Screen or subscribestar.com/Beyond the Big Screen to learn more. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, send me an email to my email address, steve@a2zhistorypage.com, or follow us on social media by searching for A2Z History. I will see you next time Beyond the Big Screen.
The situation between Catholics and Protestants in this particular time period, it was socially and very politically toxic. Catholicism being the primary religion of immigrants newly arriving in America, and their loyalty to the Pope was often seen as a threat to the political power of a secular constitutional government that was created and upheld by this mixed bag of Protestants and what we would kind of call modern-day humanists. We would call deists, with heavy ties to Freemasonry. Washington was a Freemason, Jefferson, Adams, Madison. However, I did find that amongst that original ilk, one of the signers of the Declaration was actually Catholic. His name was, I believe his name was Thomas Carroll. And he was actually the oldest member of the Declaration delegate. He passed away. He was the oldest one. He outlived them all, dying during Jackson's presidency.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think that's a really interesting piece of history there is the Catholics and the Freemasons. That adds, and that was something I hadn't really thought of, that adds another layer, because there was no love lost between Catholics and Freemasons, let alone the Protestant element that would have caused serious conflict.
Absolutely.
I think so much of it just came from really bad writing. They have all these characters that they never develop. And so you don't really understand what their motivation is. And I could see that when they do their monologues with Destiny, to borrow a phrase from a fellow podcaster, Scott Rankin, he uses that one. In that way, the way Scott uses it, the monologue with Destiny, is what John Wayne did in the 60s and in the 50s. And that's what you get the taste of with this movie. In no way if you showed this, I think, to anybody who's never seen it, I think they would say that this was probably an early 80s movie.
Yeah, and that just blows my mind. It has the age of a movie that was made in 1999. Granted, the production had actually started in 1997. So for the course of that 2 years, $11.3 million was put into this movie. Where that money came from, I have absolutely no clue. But then to wind up with a box office revenue of only $230,000.
Yeah, I can't imagine with that kind of money. That's big money. That's big screen money. And this was not a big screen movie at all. This was the Saturday afternoon matinee on the History Channel.